in India. Cool. Okay, so we should be live on the others now. Welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a thumbs up and let me know you can hear me. Facebook, give us a like and a comment. That's always awesome. And Twitch, just do whatever people on Twitch do. I'm still getting used to Twitch. Cool. So if you guys have got any yoga for BJJ questions, any stretching questions or anything like that, give me a shout. Ask them here, and we can get that covered. I'm just checking everyone else is online too. Cool. Ryan Drake joined as well. Where else? I'm just checking any other comments I've missed. Cool. So we're all up to date. Initials. Oh, there's some cool initials. I assume you know what I mean, Brian, by what the UFC one stands for. But yeah, cool. So you've got some guys watching on YouTube and Facebook. So say hi if you are. And yeah, I'm just basically doing a quick Q&A session. I've got a class going live on the website too. And we like to do kind of Q&As with the community and everyone, all our followers and stuff. Just to, I guess if you guys have got any questions or requests and things, it's just good to talk to people as well. So we can go over some stretches and answer some questions. But yeah, so we've got a few watching on Facebook. Hey guys, let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Because at the moment Instagram are beating you guys when it comes to chat, and I don't want to neglect anyone. But yeah, so let me know where you train as well, what gym you train at. Hey, Mr. Brand Rossi and P Joyce. Yeah, so let me know where you train and where in the world you are. That's always good, and what belt rank you are too. And then we can get a bit of a chat going. So yeah, my class that's going live at 2 is it's like a bedtime class. So I did a chilled class the other week, and a few people enjoyed it and asked for something before bed as well. So I've done that now. And yeah, as I said, that'll go live at 2, and you can just try it before you go to sleep. You know, like literally get into bed after you've like brushed your teeth. You know, turn all the lights off, say goodnight to everyone, turn your WhatsApp notifications off and stuff, and then you can start practicing. And it's just designed to really cool and calm you down before you go to bed, and hopefully you guys sleep well thanks to that. So Elementum Jiu-Jitsu, Winter Park, Florida, blue belt. Nice, Brian. Good. And how long have you been training to get to blue? Because I know some people it can be a quick journey, some people can get injured and things on the way, so it can be a long journey for others. Hello, I train in Texas, 3-stripe white belt. Nice. And that's Amber Hayden. Cool. Up north, Epic in Norway. How long have you been training as well? Texas is yeah, sounds amazing. My friend Jeff, he announces all the he's the announcer for ADCC as well. He's got an awesome voice. Obviously, he lives in Houston as well. He's got a ranch. He's always telling me when we're traveling how cool it is. I'm very jealous of all that space you guys have there. I've got Melly just joined as well. 2Cat and Perpetual Analysis. I'm happy I managed to read that because there's no space or underscore. 4 years, a little inconsistent, but been full go now. Nice. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? Like life gets in the way, family get in the way, injuries and things. Totally get that. Am I going to Fight Island again soon? Yeah, I hope so. It all depends if it's happening, and yeah, fingers crossed that happens, because that's amazing being there. We've got Gracie Barra joined as well. Hey guys, Jenna prayed. How much time I need for yoga after a class? And that's from Stoich, KOV MMA. So it depends. It depends how much time you've got to give. If you've got a spare 10 minutes after class, do some stretches, do a class. If you've got a spare hour after class, do that. Like it all depends what can work for you. But I hate to recommend people say oh, do an hour, and then people go, oh, I'm too busy, I can't. Like, that shouldn't mean you should just write it off. Just do more than you're doing now, and you'll better yourself. So like, if you could only do like 10 minutes yesterday, try and do 15 minutes today or next week, and just have that as your goal. And that's how you improve. Like, I'm sure when we all started jiu-jitsu, we could only do one class, and now we all do like 3 or 4 a week. Some of us train twice a day. You know, it all depends on what you want and what your goals are with stuff. So if you've got any goals, like put them in here or put them in the chat or message me afterwards, and we can chat about your yoga goals and how you can get them and things. And I can recommend you some classes as well, like that are, you know, better for you. Yeah. Guys on Facebook are pretty quiet today. Give me a like or a comment and I'll shout you out. Same as YouTube. YouTube's normally a little chattier. We've got some watching though, so give me a shout, guys. It's always good to hear from you. I'm going back to IG because that's where it's at today. Sorry if I missed anyone. Naveen, been training for 2 years. That's wicked. That's good. Hopefully you've managed to train, because like I guess the last year, some of us have only trained like a few months of it. Some of us have been able to train all the way through. So hopefully, yeah. Hey Dwayne, perpetual analysis. I said that better this time as well. 5 years training out of Gracie West Chase in Tampa, Florida. Nice. I bet you guys have got way better weather than us right now. It is getting warmer in the UK, but yeah, Florida always looks good. A gym's open in the UK. That's from up north, Epic. Not at the moment. 12th of next month, gyms can open, like gyms, like lifting gyms and stuff. Jiu-jitsu and yeah, like combat sports and stuff. They can't come back till like June or July, but I feel like everyone here is training privately. You look at stories and you wouldn't know we're in lockdown, which is yeah. We've got Chibs BJJ, hey dude, Valerios, Rusty, Kevin, and oh, here we go. Fighting Arts Academy London. My calves are killing me from running, which I hate. Any stretches for calves? Yeah, and that's from Party Pete. Cool. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do a calf stretch. So, depending on how tight your calves are, and I imagine if you've just started running or whatever, your calves have done what mine do, which is just like completely tighten up. So we'll go like light to start with. So we'll start with like downward dog. I'm sure you've kind of seen that before, but if you get into like plank and then lift your hips and go back and then bend your knees and get into like, I'm going to make my dog a bit shorter just so you guys can see my calves, and then just bend your knees and just imagine your heels are coming down to the ground. So if you can see my heels here, just try and bring one heel down at a time and just slowly do that. It doesn't have to be this like crazy intense stretch or anything. It's just enough so that you can feel that stretch in your calves. That's always a good one to do, especially after running, because I get super tight. My fiance is really good at running. She likes going quite a lot, and I was running with her in our first lockdown, and my calves just tightened up straight away. So just alternating from side to side here. You can even shorten your dog like I have. We'll call this the Instagram downward dog so that you guys can see. But just go from side to side. And then you can do things like sitting in a squat, but with your weight forwards. And then just bringing your hips back and feel that weight kind of come into your calves, and try and bring your heels down to the mat as well. That's always a good one. And from there, I'll turn and face you. From there, you can go from side to side. And then like, as I go over to the left, I'm almost lifting my heel up. Good. And then as you go over to the right, you can drop it down and pick up the right heel. Just things like that get a bit of movement, because I find if my calves are really tight and I go to just like immediately stretch it, like I can't get anything. Whereas if you get a bit of a like dynamic stretch, a bit of moving, you can kind of start to almost warm it up. And stretch it out. Maybe give that a go, see how that feels. And even try them before you run, because if you just like pounding the pavement and not warming up, that's probably why you're tightening up, just because like things aren't warmed. Like you wouldn't like just rack a load of weight on the bench and just start. Well, a lot of people do, to be fair, these days, don't they? But you should warm up before you do things, shouldn't you? So yeah, just maybe like go for like, yeah, do some stretches before you run, or like a brisk walk for like 1 or 2 minutes, and see how that feels. And then hopefully your calves will get more and more used to it, and the more you stretch before and things. But let me know if you're trying those stretches now as well. Let me know how that feels. But yeah, how that feels. Chibs BJJ 7717. What's good, Adam? Hey, dude. Thanks for commenting. Got Sam. Hey, Sam. Perpetual analysis. Can't complain. high of 82 tomorrow. Nice. So you got some good weather there. Awesome. Naveen, yep, I've been studying John Danaher's back attack, leg lock series, triangles, and Kimura systems. Great. The Kimuras is well fun, isn't it? I really like that, the like T Kimura position. There's so much you can do with that. And it's just like great control, isn't it? They just can't turn back up into you. And the little details he's got of like where to grab and having the forearm parallel with theirs instead of like creating that like square that you do in like the traditional Kimura. I like all those little details and how he talks about like when you're going for the Kimura, if the wrists, if they're strong and you get their wrists behind their back, they're weaker, and like breaking it down. And what else does he talk about? The line of the shoulders, doesn't he? To get the elbow in line with the line of the shoulders. I like all the little details like that. I don't like spending 8 hours getting through it, but I always feel like I've learned something when I do. So yeah, they're good. 27 degrees Celsius. Yeah, thanks for petrol analysis. I know that's hot, but I can't. Yeah, thanks for that. I can't know exactly without Googling it. So KA Rimmer, Law, Oculus, wicked. So Instagram's looking good. Thanks for waving as well, guys. I'm just scrolling down, so if you said something, I will get to you. Waving back and shouting everyone out. So we've got Ledge Bajav, Ryan, and the Walmboom have all waved. Thank you, guys. Wicked. Intuitive Touch Healer. Hey, how's it going? Cool. Oh, so we've got some stuff on Facebook. Let's have a look at what people there are saying. I'll read it out for everyone else as well. So Brandy has said super tight hip flexors. We stayed open the whole time. Good training. Yeah, I'm super jealous. Where's that, Brandy? Whereabouts are you? Tight hip flexors, I would say, let's go for, so if you start in like a plank position and then drop your knees down, step your right leg forwards so it's outside your right hand. So you're almost in like a wide lunge. So you're not like this, that right foot's outside. And then if you tense your bum and just kind of slowly start dropping your hips towards the mat, you'll feel a stretch in that like left hip in the front. That's really good if you're tight there. That's a really good stretch. And then if you think almost suck your belly in here, you'll feel like a stretch come on a little more. And if you've done this for like a couple of minutes and you're feeling warm, you can even tuck your toes at the back and pick up that back knee, and you'll feel a stretch come on a bit more. Obviously make sure you do both sides and don't go crazy to begin with, especially if you do have tight hip flexors. It's quite can be quite intense. And then you can do things like start lifting the knee and then dropping it down, touching the mat, picking it back up. Things like that feel good, kind of movement. And then just make sure you're kind of dropping your weight down towards the mat as well. But yeah, that if you do it without that kind of glute engagement and then tense your bum, you'll really feel the stretch come on. That's always a good one for your hips, kind of the front of your hips. If you want something for, I guess, like outer hips as well, you can go for like pigeon. So if you bring your right, so come back to plank and then bring your right knee under your right wrist and turn your foot under the opposite hip, then start to walk that back leg back. You'll feel a nice stretch, kind of outer hips on one side and front of your hips on the other. They're pretty good stretches that you could do, I guess, on the mats before training. If you need like, you know, something a bit longer, something to really open your hips out, we've got some awesome classes on the website. We've got like hip programs, especially if you're like, so we've got the yoga for rocks, and they're for like if you're like stiff as a rock, and they're amazing for really opening your hips out. And then we've got the hip program, which is a bit more advanced, and then we've got loads of kind of body part specific programs. So if you're tight in certain areas, check them out. They're awesome. But hopefully they're good for now. If you're trying them, same as what I said a minute ago, give them a go and let me know how they feel. If you've got any questions, give that a like as well. I can see we've got more on Facebook, which is great. Let me know if you're watching and if you've got any questions, and YouTube as well. No one said anything on YouTube, so someone break the silence. We need that icebreaker, and then the questions will flood in, I hope. Cool. So who else is here? Ricardo, hey dudes. We've got Matt Williams, nice. National Buffet. Herbie Dan, cool. So as I said at the start, guys, my class is going live in 15 minutes. It's like a bedtime yoga class, so favourite it, save it on your Yoga for BJJ account, and try it tonight before you go to bed. It'll just really help you switch off, ready for sleep and a new day. So yeah, let me know what you think. Cool. Who else? I need to check Twitch as well, actually, see what people are saying over there. Greetings from Peru, nice, and that's from the Unworded. Who else is somewhere else? We've had India, we've had Florida, we've had Texas, Peru, India. Where else? Where is she watching from? I want to know. How is Peru as well at the moment? What's the weather like there? I don't know how in line with us your seasons are. Is it hot there or cold there? Or is it ever cold there? Let me know. SGK10 joined as well. Cool. So it looks like we're going to end shortly. So if you've got any questions, give me a shout and I'll answer them now, or message us on Instagram if you're not comfortable doing that, like commenting on this video, message us, or jump on the website yogaforbjj.net, and we've got a chat box in there as well. Slowly opening. Oh, cool. So you guys have been closed like us as well temporarily. Yeah, it's nice to have an end to all this and know that things are going back to normal. But at least I imagine if you guys are following us, you've been looking at our yoga flows and classes and stuff. So at least when we do go back to training, it will be more. Hopefully you guys have got that like body awareness. You're used to the kind of flows. You've worked on your mobility a bit, and hopefully some injury prevention from that. So when you do go back, it's not going to be too intense for the body. And like, yeah, if you haven't been doing anything, that's fine. Try our beginner programs and see how they feel. And then when you go back to jiu-jitsu, you feel amazing. After all that work, all that improvement, you'll definitely feel it. I'm training with 2 partners secretly. BJJ no stops. Nice, good. Well, fair play. That's awesome. Yeah, I think quite a lot of people are doing that. As long as you guys are safe and trust each other to, say if the other feels ill, then that's fine. But yeah, that's awesome. Cool. I'm just checking on YouTube and Facebook, seeing what people are saying there. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna shoot off now, and I'll put my class live in 10 minutes time. Let me know if you try it. Leave me a comment if you enjoy it, and yeah, appreciate you guys all joining for the Q&A today, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Cool. YouTube and Facebook. Comment on the videos, give them a like, and I'll